Hello everyone. Today we will going to be design the process large files and object had a different mode. So we're going to be design. So why we're going to design such kind of architecture? So there are in banking system also we have the large database or large files which is generating on the different service and that putting into the S3 bucket. Okay, so we wanted to be process that S3 bucket objects files. Okay, and get data out of that files. Let's see some checks, some other stuff. Basically, we wanted to process that and get the data out of that. So we're going to design that in real time, a real data, a real scenario. Let's see, you have the different microservices and that generating the files, lot of files, and putting it into the S3 bucket, and you wanted to make that queryable. So to make that queryable, make that verifiable, so we need the architecture and we need the servers. We can't rely on the tightly coupled solution. Okay, so what we'll do we need to and how we're going to be design the system. Let's start with the S3 bucket. First of all, let's see, I don't will not going to design the earlier of this S3 bucket. We'll consider the some other service is putting the file into that. Okay, so let's see files putting. So in S3 bucket we have the structure like the location. Once we have the location and your file name. Okay, file name. Okay, so these things will add and this location. Okay, once we receive the file, what will going to be add in this? We will going to be add the source path topic in this particular path. In S3 bucket, we can create the topic on that particular source path. So in setting, you just explore the setting. There is a one option where you can add the topic and create the topic. You have to just go on the property, then the demo add the event. Basically you can give the any kind of name, and once you have give the name, you have to select the all objects, like there is the options to select the uh, like put post read. So basically what it means, you are putting updating the files or doing any kind of operation, that time it will trigger the topic. Okay, so once you create the topic, our next service which will going to be send this topic which called the SNS service. Okay, so we'll push that particular event in the SNS. SNS called the simple notification service. Once we reach the SNS service, any particular a topic, we're going to capture that, push that into the SQ and queue. Why we add the queue? Let's see, there is a lot of files putting into particular location, so we will going to be generate lot of notification to do the process in a asynchronous way. That's why we use the SQS. So we're going to add the SQS, and it's have a lot help for us. So we'll discuss the helps of the SQS. Okay, so once we send the SQS SNS topic to SQS, it will pull the topic, and how you have to integrate that. Just you have to pass some connections. There is a connection is in the SQS. You just have to do the connection. It's pretty simple. You can just search on the Googles, you will get to know how to do that. Okay, so once we pass the our topic in SQS, we will going to trigger that um, lambda function to read that, pull that particular uh, topic. Okay, so we'll have the lambda function over here. So what lambda it is? So lambda is the serverless function. It's triggered. It's run on the AWS architectures. We don't need the any server for that. Uh, AWS manage for us. Okay. So once we get the lambda, we'll run the job and we'll going to send these lambda mm, topic to the glue basically. And what the AWS glue, um, I will let you know exactly what is the glue, which we mostly call the ATL. It uh, it's a process we do for the data processing. So what exactly the glue is the process managed, and it um call the clause, and it generate the it's update the catalog. So we once we have the files, we read all of the files and it convert into the real time data, and you can the query using the Athena directly. So once we have the we call the glue, we'll going to call the it internally calls actually clause. We will have the clause, so it will call the clause. I know it's a little bit hard, so but we do for big files every time. So we'll call the clause, and once we completed the clause, we'll update the catalog, which stored the data, which keep the all data into there. Uh, so we generally call as a glue catalog logi. And once we have the catalogs, we will going to be, do the query using the Athena. Okay, we have the Athena over here. Once we have the data, we'll can the query just like a normal, and we'll get the analytical data using the Athena. Okay, so this is a simple diagram, but let's talk about the failure part of it. Let's see. Now we'll discuss the failures. There might some here we will going to fail the our entire process. Let's see. Now we'll talk. Mm. Let's see. My file is getting lot. I have then let's see. And I have added one more service which is pushing the file into this particular location. Also, I have added one more and one more. Okay, so once we get the it's pushing like it generating the pushing the files 50 plus at a time. Okay, so that time we are um, mm, SN is generating the 50 topic at a time. Okay. Okay, once we have the 50 topic, we are, our SQS is um, getting the 50 topic at a time, and our lambda function is getting the triggered by 50 times. So to redo that, we have limit. We will going to add the limit here to 2, because we don't need to process 50 file at a time. We will process it in a synchronous way. So we're going to be add the limit to, let's see, 5 limits over here. So at a time only 5 lambda will trigger. So at this moment only our 5 topic will be consumed and will remain the 45 event in this queue only. Okay, so we'll do have the 45 events in this queue. It will process in the batch of the 50 15 5 5 at a time. Okay, so problem is that let's see my lambda or my event is failed. So what will happen? Let's see, it will trying to consume that particular event again and again and again and again. So that time my one lambda will be going to be busy for taking that particular event. So we will only have the four. Let's see, my one event is wrong or it have some issue, so it will only my four event is four limit is going to be consume that SQS. So will next time it will only consume the four event. So let's see, there might be one more event it's have some problem. Okay, so what will happen? So we'll only consume only the two three event at a time. So I only will remain the three. Similarly, if any more gate, okay, so we only consume the three. So like this, we will going to be fail. So at that at this moment, at certain moment, we are using the resources with the wrong wrong event. So to redo that, we will have to add the concept of the do DLQ, dead letter queue. So how will going to be add? So in the SQS, we do have one setting where we can add the DQL. Okay, sorry. Okay, so we can add the DQL over here. So just you have to add the DQL. Just you have to go the setting in the SQS, and there you will get the DQL setting. You have to retrieve, like let's see, your lambda is trying to get the 4 time, 5 time, 10 time of that particular event. It called the retry, and you have to add the number over there how much time you wanted to retry that particular event. And if not able to succeed that particular event, you can push that event into the DQL. You manually go over there, check the events, and once you have the event, and you can fix it. But just fix, and let's see, I'm a lazy person, and I don't want it to go in the AWS portal and check the DQL every day. So what will happen? My DQL also going to be getting fooled. Let's see, I'm getting the everyday 100 plus 100 plus event in the DQL. So is this correct? That might be the important, and that might be the something it going to be crash our DQL, and it will going to be full DQLs. To do that, we can add the CloudWatch here to um, watch it. So we can add the CloudWatch, what it does, so it watch and it set the alarm. Okay, so let's see, we can add the CloudWatch over here, and we can set the alarm alert. Oh yeah, once with the limit. Let's see, my I wanted to send the event or send to notification if my DQL's capacity is more than 3. So we'll going to trigger one event uh, to the SNS. My CloudWatch will send the event to the SNS. It's simple to configure CloudWatch to SNS. You have the just have to pass the policy and give the permissions, and you can good to go, and you will going to be send the event. Once we send the event topic to the SNS, next what we have to do, we have to send that particular event or message to the particular users on the mail. So how we're going to do? We can add the lambda over here, or we do have the one more thing to do. We can directly add the um, uh, SNS service to the topic. Let's see, we will going to be add the topic, and topic and we're going to send that topic to the user group. That user group must have to subscribe that event topic basically, and if it is subscribed, so you user will get that um, notification on its mail. Okay, so we don't need any external things over here. Only with this you can we can do. In these SNS, we just have to create the one topic. Let's see. Here, my topic will be like user failure file DQL message. Okay, so once we created, we can attach the users list into that, and once we attach that, we can subscribe that user must have to, like, your email ID must have to subscribe that, and once you are subscribed, you will get the emails with it. Okay, is what we can do without subscribed. This is the one way we can do. We can add the lambda over here. Once we get the SNS, we can listen that the lambda, and based on the lambda, we can write the code and trigger that send the mail to the end user. So we can also achieve like this also to the user. Okay, so this is the way to solve the one failures of this connection. Okay, so what suppose my glue or ETL or catalog fails? Okay, so this might happen. This is also the serverless. This might be fail. So that time can also just we can just connect this glue into the DQL, send this particular event in DQL, and rather than this, it will do going to do the same thing. Okay, so we have to just pass here, event to here. Okay. Similarly, this will solve our problem of the failures, and so I don't think so we are going to be fail anywhere. We can add the SQS over here also. We can put the S3 bucket. Basically, let me tell you one more architecture we can do. We can add the S3 bucket in between S3 bucket, and once we get push the file into S3, which file we generally uh, create the file in the paraquet format, and we push into the S3. Once we receive, we can generate the SNA similar like the SNS on that particular location. If we get any file on that particular location, we can send the SNS to a one topic over here, and based on that, if we receive the SNS, we can push that into the queue. Okay, queue over here. Once we push that into the queue, okay, this will the SNS. Okay, let me zoom little bit SNS, and this will be the queue SQS. Once we receive the event in the queue, we can call to the caller. Okay, so this is how we can do. Once let's see, it might be fail, and if it is fail, we can directly call to the our DQL. And once this is the entire flow, we can do the other way. This is the other way, but this it we are doing little bit complex um, to do, but this is pretty much simple, and this is normally not failed because all of the structured mm, uh, AWS handling, so it's does not possible to fail into this. But if you are enterprise application, you must know this flow as well. Okay, so this is pretty much about self, and if you think we can improvise this architecture, just let me know in comment section. I will connect you, and I will post your video in my YouTube channel. So that's pretty much about today's design. I think you learn a lot from this. And if you wanted to be hands-on on real-time building on this and this architecture, just comment it down. I will do for you on the AWS portal. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you so much.